The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered! You covered 12! Covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
We are live on a Wednesday, boys and girls. What's up? Welcome in, Brigade, to the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan, the Book. Matt Perrault, the Bostonian. We are live YouTube and Twitter at Boston versus the Book, replayed on Sirius XM, channel 159, and Sports Grid Television each and every single, sometimes 6 days a week. You're wearing a non-sports logoed shirt, sweatshirt, and hat today, Dave. Are you feeling okay?
No, I'm not. Good question. No. I feel like caca.
All right.
You had the kid homesick yesterday. Guess who she gave it to?
You.
I'm not blaming her, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying. All right. She's not here in the chat. She was yesterday.
Okay.
She got everybody all fired up. The wrench, Kendall, maybe Kendall, whatever her name is in there. She's not here. No, I'm fighting it.
Is she back to school today?
She's back to school today.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah.
One day
the house is empty for the moment. It's me and the dog. Home alone for now.
Well, we are not alone, by the way. Normally just me and you being alone, but we are not alone because our guy Keith is going to come on here. Already here. He's already in the green room.
The man is always on time. He's always there when you call. That's a song, by the way. That's a great song by T.I. Anyhow, he's coming. He knows. Always there when you call. Always on time. He knows the other lyrics, I'm sure. He's got baseball takes. We had Vescursion on yesterday. We got Irizarry today. We got the Brigade in the house.
We do.
Somebody please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell one other person about it. We're almost to 5,000 followers on the Twitter.
We are.
Boston versus the Book. Somebody's getting a hat for that.
Yep.
All you got to do is retweet it. I mean, seriously, go on there.
No,
you don't have to
not a retweet. You don't have to. If you're a random follower of our Twitter account, when we hit 5,000, we'll just randomly grab somebody, and that person will win a BVB hat.
They got to quote tweet it or something. They got to work for a little bit for something. No?
Lawyers, Dave, lawyers. We can't have them do anything. It's got to be a random selection. So once we get to 5,000, if whoever helps us get to 5,000, then somebody wins, which could be them for helping us get to 5,000. But we cannot have any requirement in order to win said hat.
That's what the lawyer said. That's what we got to do.
Yeah. That's
We're gonna have
giveaways
to at some point.
You know,
that's okay.
We're on all these platforms now. We're on XM, we're on Sports Grid, we're on here, we're on YouTube. We gotta, sometimes the lawyers win. Sometimes the lawyers win. Unfortunately, sometimes they win. But we win because we get Keith. We get one Mr. Keith Irizarry from the MLB Network joining us here on the program as Davis in mid-cough. Why
put him in the big box?
No, because listen,
gotta go in the big box. Put him in the big box. The guy looks unbelievable.
Big bucks.
Because you guys are talking about Twitter, right? It's the X. So I mean, if you're gonna start talking about lawyers and stuff,
when you do this, this is the black shirts. This is throwing bones, is what this is called. This is
X.
That's the black shirt defense. Nah, this is black shirt defense. This is you can't do that. Yeah,
that's this, isn't that? That's up here.
Nah, any crossing of arms is a Nebraska football. They have that coined that they have. They'll take that.
Right, fair enough,
X is Twitter. X is Twitter. That's why we haven't changed our overlay. We're not changing our overlay. It's Twitter. I don't care what anyone. He can call it X whatever he wants, but X is in math, and I don't. Dave knows me. I don't do math. So
he's very bad at the math. Irizarry, great to see you, sir. Are you done with the workout today? Have you already done?
Oh yeah.
Whatever it is.
Me too.
You're done. You're good.
Yeah. I actually had, I wasn't working today. I had the day off.
Okay.
Did all the laundry in the house today. So my wife will be very happy about that. Got about an hour workout in, and then we still got about an hour and a half until the kids get home. So we good.
What's for dinner tonight?
What's for dinner tonight? I'm thinking of doing flank steak tacos.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good job.
That's what I'm thinking about. Hey, so Dave, I want to throw this to you because you said you don't feel well, right?
Yeah.
When is the last time either of you, I'll actually ask both of you, when is the last time either of you were stung by a bee?
We don't have bees in Vegas much. So
Right.
I remember it very specifically. I got all swolled up. I didn't know that I was allergic to bee stings, and I was allergic to bee stings, and it expanded, and I thought I was done. I thought I was toast. It was about 30 years ago.
Yeah, long time, right?
Oh, long time. Yeah.
I got stung by a bee on Monday.
Where did it get you?
So my right. Can you? I don't know if you can see the redness on my arm.
It. Turn like this.
Oh, you want
I
wait,
see it.
that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I don't know. No, it's like a red mark. You see?
I see
now
it.
you see
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So
Welt.
Monday, my sister sends me a text and she goes, "I know you already worked this morning. Do you have anything this afternoon?" And I said, "No." She's like, "Why don't you meet me down by the docks? I'm going to call my call mom and dad, see if they want to, and we'll just have lunch, right?" Like literally, we never get to be the four of us. It's always grandkids are involved, like everything, right?
Yeah.
It's the four of us. We go down, and it was beautiful. We're sitting on the docks, like over. It's 75 degrees, beautiful, right?
Perfect.
Sitting there, I'm lounging like this, and I go, "What the what?" And I had like this big, huge red mark. My dad looks at me, and Dave likes to talk to my parents through the shows that when he guests. When he's a
Lou
guest
and Linda. Lou
Yeah.
and Linda. Big fans of Keith and the show.
I turned to my father and I go, "Dad, I think you have to pee on this, right? Like that's what we do, right? You got to pee on this." He goes, "Sorry, I don't have to pee."
I ain't helping you. Sorry. But like, how would that work? Would you like go in the men's room and just like lay your hand across?
I would have just gone like, I mean, he's my father. I would have just gone like that. Let him just pee, whatever. No, that's not actually what you do. That's jellyfish.
That's right. That's jellyfish. It's not bee stings. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Bee stings, you're supposed to use that suction thing, right? They like to suck the venom out.
Yeah,
they have like bee things for when your kid gets stung. We have them in the house.
It's
like
funny. It's funny that you say that because after he said he didn't have to pee, I literally turned to him like, "Do you need to suck this out? I don't know what needs to happen. Like you need to do something, right? It's been a long time. I don't know what we're doing here." And I Googled it quickly and they basically just said, put ice on it. And if I was in pain, have like ibuprofen or something, I was fine.
All right. To get to baseball, we have 4 games today.
Sure. I guess that's what you guys want to talk about. That's fine.
I got smoked yesterday, so
I saw that on Twitter, not the X. On Twitter.
I got smoked yesterday, so I'm trying on a bounce back here. What do you make of Eflin today at home against the Rangers? Obviously, the season on the line for the Rays. They got their best home pitcher going today.
I would think that the Rays would bounce back and take care of business. I thought Texas, like Jordan Montgomery looked every bit of what they hoped he would be and every bit of not what the Yankees thought he was, right? When they said he wouldn't be able to start a playoff game for them. I thought Texas just looked great. They looked lightning in a bottle. Seager is, one of the 2-3 best hitters in the American League. He was awesome. I think the Rays will bounce back. I actually think that as good as Nathan Eovaldi has been, I have a feeling Eovaldi might struggle today.
He's been bad though since coming back off the IL.
I mean, exactly. So the numbers, if you just read the numbers, would say he's good. I think he'll struggle today.
Yeah, he's given up 21 earned runs in 20 1/3 innings worth of work since coming back off the IL. He's been touched up pretty good.
Yeah. What's the line there?
It was too high.
145.
Yeah, 150 last night. I took first 5. I got out of the way of the bullpens and just said, look, I think Eflin's going to be great. Okay. And I think Eovaldi's going to go. He's pitched on the road 2 times. He's only gone 3 1/3. He hasn't gone into the 5th inning yet on the road since coming back. So I think the bullpen might be involved early for the Rangers, and that's not good.
Dave would probably do some sort of walk prop, right? I introduced Dave to the BetMGM walk props. They're awesome.
We'll discuss the BetMGM later in the show. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know, KI, if you've heard what's going on with the BetMGM stuff. Not a good day today right now for MGM. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up any.
No,
that's okay. No,
not impacting us, but it's impacting if you have a rewards program with MGM. MGM rewards are not good right now.
Yeah,
okay.
Somebody got another hack. Another hack. Very bad news. Speaking of bad news, Blue Jays lose another postseason game yesterday, facing elimination in Minnesota, where, again, we joke on the show that, like, the middle of the country, like, they call it flyover country for a reason, like nobody's, paying attention and all this other stuff. The Twins short favorite again today. Line's a little bit steaming right now. Actually, it's going that direction. Is this an eliminator today, Ki?
Give me the Twins. Give me the Twins at home. I just, no matter what Jose Barrios does, I just don't trust him. I don't. I mean, like, you can tell me that these numbers are good or this or that. There's an eye test here. I don't trust him. So I think the Twins win today. I think Toronto's bounced.
Were you impressed at all with, well, I guess the different pictures, the pictures of a rocking Target Field and then the lowest attended game in the postseason since 1919, which was the Black Sox year.
Yeah.
For Tampa. Like, I thought that was a really wild difference because one ballpark, it felt like a playoff game. The other ballpark felt like I was watching spring training.
Well, it's funny because a college buddy of mine now lives down in Florida, not that far from where Tampa plays in St. Pete. So his kid is a big baseball player. So they went to the game and he sent me a picture of him and his kid at the game. And it took everything in me to not be like, so how's the empty park feel? You know, like, I didn't want to be a jerk. I left it on. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Great. That's a great experience for you guys. But yeah, I mean, if you can't show up for a playoff game, like, what are we doing here? Like, seriously.
Well, they're building a new stadium is what they're doing. And
and I'm sure that's going to work.
We'll see, right? I don't know. Where it was packed was Philadelphia. Okay.
They don't lose game ones.
They don't. Did they lose game two? You got Nola at a cheaper price than yesterday. Garrett, another lefty. That makes 31 and 21 when the Phillies face left-handed pitching. Place was rocking. They're not losing today, are they?
No, I take Philly in this one. Nola probably going to pitch a good game. I mean, listen, Garrett's he can get some numbers for you. I think Philly wins this game. I'm not even like over analyzing this. I thought that Philly, under you got, I like that play too. This feels like
FanDuel. Did you guys see what FanDuel did last night? Because I actually went out to the book here in Vegas. I left at 9:30 at my house. I saw it and I went, I want that number because nobody on the planet had 8.5 except FanDuel had 8.5.
That's fantastic.
So I went. I never leave my house. I always bet on apps, but I don't have a Boyd app. So I went, wait. 8.5 because Circa was at 7.5, and I haven't seen Vegas books be a full run apart for a playoff game in my 7 years of being here. I was like, something's going on. What is going on? Why is
you put Dave Sharapan money on that? Nice.
No, but I did. I put my own money on it. But
get the number. Always got to get the number. It's very important to get the.
I tried to arb it, and by the time I went to Circa to try to arb it, Circa had already gone to 8. So unfortunately,
they're back at 7.5. Just
are they really? Well, I'm doing that once we're done. That's phenomenal. There we go. Yeah. Then I'm going to arb it, and hopefully it lands 8, and we're all good.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Let's go.
Created a monster.
Here, Let's go. I'm doing that for sure. A monster. That's phenomenal.
Can I ask another follow-up question here?
Yeah.
What if we all said no?
You're right.
I was going to ask anyway. I was just being polite.
What if Matt and I were like, nope, and then Matt talked to me?
No, I was going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
What's it like with the state of New York sports the way they are right now? I'm just curious because you're there, you're on the island, you're a New York guy, and like you don't have any playoff baseball going on. You don't have like a real football team like opportunity to actually maybe make the playoffs.
Right.
Everybody's getting excited for the Knicks. Nobody cares about the Nets. In hockey, the Rangers look like they're going to be good, and Sorokin's going to be. I mean, he's the Vezina Trophy, favorite. So maybe the Islanders will make the playoffs and stuff. But like, what's it like there, Ki? No hope.
I will tell you that I'm very happy that I'm not a diehard New York sports fan. Like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of people that are crying and whining, and I go to the morning bus stop, and I got Mike, my Giants. I'm like, yeah, your Giants stink. And then I got Lou across the street going, I can't get a win out of my Jets. And then obviously, inevitably, it leads to Rob Saleh and whether or not I'm him and all that kind of stuff. Yes. And I'm like, yeah, all gas, no brakes. We stink. Yeah. I was talking to Aaron. Yeah. No, like it's good. It doesn't bother me, but you want the state of it? Yeah. Everyone has immediately turned their attention to the New York Knicks, which will be great for about a month, and then they'll fail everybody. And then everyone has turned their attention. The thing is, like, hockey is a weird sport, right? And you guys both know I work for NHL, and I love the sport, but it's a weird sport. Like, if you don't love hockey, you're like, I'll die. When the playoffs come around, I'll pay attention. So there's not much. I mean, listen,
It's a class thing, though, in the East Coast.
I think so, yeah.
Hockey is a class thing. Like, if you're a Dunkin' Donuts cigarette burning person, the Bruins are your thing in Boston. Like, you're watching it. Red Sox fans are a little more highfalutin. They get the nose up in the air a little bit. They're more on the I watch baseball. I don't watch hockey. And people watch all four. I'm not saying that, but like the diehards that are in there in the Northeast, it's a blue collar sport.
Yeah.
Even though it's really expensive to play it, to watch it, it's more of a blue collar sport. It's going to be very interesting to see this year because I think New York sports fans are desperate for anything good. And if either team even gets up to a remarkably fast start, I think you could see a lot more people watching the Rangers and the Islanders this year simply because they're competitive.
I mean, at least the Liberty right now are in the finals, right? So,
but we know what's happening with that, though, right? I mean, they're coming here, they're going to lose. It's New York, they're going to lose. So it's great that New York now is associated with losing. It's wonderful. It's
listen, your hometown area is kind of struggling right now too.
What
I know
you just talking about. We're the odds-on favorite to win the NBA championship.
Hold on, the two teams that are currently playing right now, or the one that was eliminated, the Red Sox, they have no future right now, and your New England Patriots. Everyone wants to talk about. Like whose fault all of this is, and can Belichick coach? By the way, he can. I'm not the guy that's hating on him. Mac Jones, can he play quarterback? He's absolutely atrocious. You can do all that, and I can raise all the rings for the Yankees too.
When's the last one you had?
2009. I had hair.
Which is actually not as long as the Celtics one that he continues to talk about.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
08 was the Celtics, right?
Right.
But 18 was the last time the city won something. So
then
it's not even
the whole city. I can't keep track of how.
What do you mean? We're talking about New York versus Boston, are we not? In New York versus Boston, the last championship won by a Boston sports team was in 2018. Wasn't that long ago?
No, this is. I did it just to poke fun, but this is why I'm also happy that I'm not a diehard New York fan.
Thank goodness.
Yankee fans.
I've got the most recent title here in the Philadelphia Eagles, but anyway. Actually, no, Dave's got it right. With the Golden Knights.
I don't know. Dave's not a Golden Knights fan. He's a Penguins fan.
I'm him a Golden Knights
fan. Yeah, we live in Vegas, but
you guys love the Golden Knights. You bring the girls to the games.
Yes.
Come on.
How could you not love the Golden Knights?
Family, everybody's a Golden Knight fan. That's for sure.
Yeah, my daughter's a Golden Knight fan. Yeah,
I mean, I didn't know that. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
The kids are.
They're all. Mine's 9.
Both
our youngest. His youngest is 9. Mine's 9.
Same.
Okay.
It's the washing of it. It's like they go to school and they have Golden Knight days.
Good.
Like, the teams are now being placed into the school. So like, it's impossible for our kids not to become fans. Like we can stick our own teams in front of them. And they're like, we don't care.
I love it. That's awesome.
But not the Raiders. The Raiders, they're not integrating the Raiders in the same way.
Isn't that funny? That's really true.
They're really not. They're
not doing Raider days.
Our team. They're not.
Yeah.
I also think the Raiders just come off as evil, right? Like that's the whole vibe of them, right?
Yeah.
So.
Plus,
it's
just
friendly.
it's not born here. Like the Knights were born here.
You had success right away.
Yeah.
It's glamour and glitz. Yeah.
All right. I know you got to go. Are you looking at anything for the NFL this weekend that, you may partake in that crazy parlay with you and Moose or anything like that? Because I know
I'll start that tomorrow. I do not have anything right now.
Okay.
That I,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because
I'll
you got crazy last week with that. And I was like,
favorite play today is what?
Baseball.
I mean, Phillies to win.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the Phillies are going to win. I'm with Dave.
Do you have practice or anything today? What are you doing?
Of course I do. Yes.
What do you got? Lacrosse practice?
No,
practice? What do you got?
Soccer and basketball. Soccer for Alec. Travel soccer tonight at 5 for him. I'll go for 45 minutes. Jody will come and do the final half hour and then take him home. And then I got to head up to the north shore of the island with Austin because now he's on that national basketball team. So we have that practice tonight at 6:45, I think, till 8:30.
Are you done coaching the flag stuff?
Flag is Friday nights. Got a game at 8:30. Got a game at 8:30. I missed the season opener. We lost, and all I like. I'm just saying that everyone was saying without the guy calling the plays,
where's KI?
They struggled. Yeah.
You're the best, my friend. Thanks for coming on. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here, man.
All right, feel better, Dave.
Thank you.
Irizarry from the MLB Network and from the NHL Network and all the other things that he does.
We're all living the same life.
Very busy working man.
The schedule is insane when you got kids that play sports and you're trying to get them to and from. And the exchange with the wife, and she's going to stay there so he can get the other kid. As the dad, you always take the longer commute. That's what stinks. No matter what. It's part of the deal. There's a lot of unwritten rules. We talked about it the other day about unwritten rules in betting, unwritten rules in baseball.
Right.
Listen, there's marriage unwritten rules. The problem is you don't get to make them. They get to change them whenever they want. You ask, where do you see this at? I don't know. Nobody knows. When you got kids and you got two, no matter what, whether you like the sport or not, whether you got boy, girl, 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 boy, boy, it don't matter. Twins, separate ages. If the commute is longer, the man is minus 8,000 to have to go get that guarantee.
Fair. Yeah. 3 months. I could get the two, having two kids, but like you can play man to man with two, but the zone you got to play with three is tough. You got to play zone defense. That's hard.
Listen, man, I feel like I've been playing zone my whole life. I'm the oldest of 5. Somehow I got that job when I was early. You listen.
Oh yeah,
we've had the conversations. Too. You were a pseudo dad a lot of times. That's
in high school with newborns.
Same. I'll never forget when my little sisters were crying at night. I was upholding them because my dad had to go to work. My mom would be like, "Hold your sister," while the other one, because they were twins, she couldn't do it. So there was a lot of things going on, and I was in 5th grade. Like, yeah. And so now I got 3 kids. Playing zone defense is normal. I'd love to play man to man. Forget about
2.
it.
Yeah, 2. It's easy.
Box and 1. JPC to 4th. Had a boy clear check.
With 5
and 1. We can play the box and 1 defense.
Yeah, it's tough.
How many kids you got? If you're watching the show right now, 1, if you haven't hit the like button, please do it already. 2, how many kids you got? I want to see. People keep asking us for demographics of people that watch and listen to the show. I'm tired of answering the questions. Let the chat answer the questions. How many kids you got? Put it in the chat.
I'm going to say the average is 2.
1, 2. You think the average is 2?
Yeah. Average would be 2.
Isn't that the national average?
Yes. That's why I'm saying it. So, although birth rates are going down, everyone's always so nervous about this. All the Armageddon people are worried about the birth rate because kids aren't having kids anymore.
Well, kids shouldn't have kids. You should have adults having kids.
No,
and
what I mean
is
don't
like want to be an adult, don't have the kids.
Like the 26, 27, 28-year-olds aren't having kids.
Oh.
It's slowing down.
The 20s are for you.
Correct, but that's not what used to be. The 20s used to be about getting married and having kids, and then you have 2, 3, 4 kids by the time you're done. When you're in your 40s, you got 3 or 4 kids. It doesn't happen anymore, and there's more and more people who have 0. I wasn't going to have kids. Madeline announced this morning to me. She said, "I'm not having kids." At 9, she announced to me, "I'm not having kids." I was
that's my oldest too.
I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm not having kids." I was like, I thought the same thing all the way until I was 32, and then I was like, "All right, maybe I won't have kids." But it was funny because I was telling her, when I was reprimanding her, saying, when you're an adult and you have kids, you can make the rules. And she said, "I'm not having kids."
Right.
Said, all right, fine. I get the answer.
I get it.
Back in Dad's face.
Fine. We got a lot of 2s and 1s, a lot of binaries. Akbar got 3.
Nice.
Floodhouse got 4. My wife told me when we met we were going to have 4.
Oh.
Yeah. We're done. If she's watching the show, we have 3, we're done.
Yeah, you don't want a little one right now, right?
Not that I couldn't do it, but
you can do it. No, do you want one? Like, you don't want one.
No.
I'm
good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But we got a couple 0s.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I went for a long time not wanting to have kids, and I think there's nothing wrong with people who have decided that they're just choosing not to have children, or they haven't had kids yet, and it's not right for you at this moment. And at some point, you will have kids, or maybe you won't, and it's not part of your journey to have kids. Nothing wrong with either or. I just know that if someone had told pre-kid me what post-kid me was going to be like, I don't think I would have believed them. Like, I would have been like, "Shut up! Like, just stop." And then I experienced it, and everything, the world changed, like to the point where I can now look at people when I meet them and I know if they have kids or not, just based upon the attitude. Like I know, I just know it. Like I can tell, like if you get to a certain age and you're 35 plus, whatever it might be, and you don't have kids and you're in our industry because you're attracted to attention, it's obvious. We're like, I can tell pretty. I'm like, that used to be me. Like, that's exactly how I used to be. And that's how I approach the world. And that's how you become extremely myopic, extremely self-absorbed, and you see things through only your own eyes. And then I had a kid and literally everything changed. And I was like, damn, if I had known this ahead of time, I might have, now I can't say I would have done things differently, but I may have been more inclined or been more open to the idea of having kids earlier.
The kids come to you at a time in your life when the time is right.
Fair.
I think, like now having the benefit of reflection.
I was 35.
I was 33.
Your first one was 33?
33.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I was living in Curacao.
Right.
Booking the games in my late 20s.
Right.
I was the furthest thing in the world from having kids. But I was the oldest of 5. I had kids. I got brothers and sisters.
Me too. I agree.
I saw all this. I saw how hard it was for my mom and dad, and I saw all the work that had to be done. And I was like, I'm good. Like I've been doing.
It was the late nights. For me, it was the late nights. It was the idea that like kids at 2:00 in the morning, your job's not done. Like there is no off switch. You're on. Like I would be woken up my junior year in high school. I would be woken up to 2 crying babies. And I was like, nope, I want nothing to do with this. Like, this is not how I want to spend my time. This is not enjoyable. I was furious as a 17-year-old. I'm like, if I'm 27, how pissed off I am right now. I was not looking forward to it.
There was always action at the house. Always. Like my mom is an only child and my dad was a twin and that was it. So my uncle had 3 kids. We had 5. Then we had a dog later. We had something going on all the time, but I was the oldest. So as the lead dog of the pack, you get responsibilities and jobs and you don't know why, but you don't question nothing. My dad was working nonstop. My mom was a stay-at-home mom who all she did was take us to stuff until I got a license. And then it was like, David, you will take your sisters everywhere. You will take your brothers and pick them up and take them to school. It all, whatever. But then, so I used the 20s to figure out life and still trying to figure it out. But, I got at 32, me and Jess really met, got engaged, got pregnant, got married, had a kid, had a second kid within 18 months. And my whole life was changed. I was like, oh, what the hell's happening right now? So, we got people from all walks of life watching the show, doing it. Whether you got kids or not, we appreciate you being here. Wow, we got 4's the highest number that I saw.
Okay.
2 girls, 1 boy, and 1 trans. Seabass Anthony said he got a crazy. That's a crazy house there. Tyler's got 8 nieces and nephews. He don't need any kids. That's fine.
Amen to that.
Akbar, my guy, he's always around. 3 kids. Life is great. Good for you, sir. Floodhouse, 7, 5, 3, and a 4-month-old.
Woo!
That's why his name is Floodhouse. You always feel like you're in a flood.
Pretty much. Yeah. In my house, we never lived together. The 5 of us never lived together. I left and then Maggie was born. So I was out of the house by the time Maggie, and that's why Maggie and I have such a good relationship because I wasn't in the house with her. So I'm more of a uncle figure than I was a sibling because my brothers and I, all 3 of them, but like Ben and I, and then our other 2, at one point we had 4 boys under the same roof from ages 1, 3, 15, and 17.
Literally like 2 different generations.
100%. 2 different worlds, like 2 different everything. It was, and my poor mom is sitting there trying to split between the 2 because I did not like my stepfather. So I had a stepdad who I did not get along with. And then, so you have a pissed off teenager who does not want this guy in the house, who now is bringing in 2 other kids into the house. And he's trying to rebuild. She's trying to rebuild the carnage from her first marriage, which was her and my father, to now rebuilding this marriage with her now 30-year husband, who's been, the father of my 3 other kids. It was chaos. I mean, it was like, we laugh about it now, but like, it was absolute, like, it's funny too. Cause we just a couple of months ago had this conversation. Sean, my stepdad, was like, I would have hated me too. It was the first time he's ever said that. He's like, oh, he's like, I would have, if I were you. He's like, hell yeah. He's like, I get it. I get why you hated me. It's like, I didn't at the time. I didn't get it, but looking back on it now, yeah, of course I understand why you were pissed off. So I was
amazing.
Like,
as you get older, like
you're willing to let the crap go,
right?
And say the truth. Yes.
Like That's the beauty of life, and I mean that's the beauty of this show. We got so many people from. I mean, we got guys and girls watching the show that could be our kids,
For
like,
sure.
in their early 20s.
Yeah.
Could have been 27 having a kid. That's 27 now for me, or 26 or 25. I mean,
Right.
easy. They're
Yeah.
watching the show every day, and I saw something yesterday about how Pete Carroll relates to players
At 72.
at
Yeah.
72. The ability to relate to people is the ability to tell the truth and listen as well. You don't always have to agree, but at least when you can say it, it's freeing. And you don't got to keep track of what you said. Like, because you're always,
Tell
just
the truth,
talking
right?
and telling
Yeah,
the truth.
telling the truth, right? My mom
So-
was one of 6 daughters and 1 son.
Yeah.
And so she grew up in like the most insane, chaotic, you were talking about ocean of estrogen.
What number was she?
She was number 3rd to last.
Number 5.
So she was 5. Yeah.
Or
So
4. 4 of 7. Okay. Yeah. Whew.
yeah, I don't know. Too many. So my grandfather and grandmother kept having kids until they had a boy. They had 6 daughters until they had a boy at number 7.
Yeah, we got 3 girls, and I'm locked up. I'm done. I'm out of the game. I don't
So
need it. I don't want it.
My grandfather was not. Grandpa Joe was like, I'm having a son. I'm having a son. I'm having a son. We're keeping having kids till I have a son. And then finally, his Joseph DeQuatro II was born. And it's just wild to see the differences because the generations, I mean, they span 25 years. Like, there's a huge difference between the oldest and the youngest. But that chaos of people coming, like you mentioned, just chaos, people always around. Like, that's why I have a small family, because the big family thing was like, okay, I'm good. Like, my mom, I have 17 cousins. I've got, and everyone's still alive. All of my aunts and uncles, all of my cousins, everyone's still alive. So I have this massively large family that I'm like, sorry, Maddie. I'm not going, I don't want to be a part of this, because I watched all the dynamics and I watched all the chaos. Like, I went small. I was like, I want to have a small, tiny family and have 1 kid. I'm glad that I have 1. I can pour everything into Madeline. I feel a little bit guilty, not totally, but she won't have a sibling. So her having friends, I'll
don't
do
say
anything.
never. You still got time before the big 5-0. You still got time.
Man, if I have a kid in my 40s, she better be
Listen,
young.
don't knock it till you tried it. I had
she
one
better
at
be
43.
young. Yeah, but she better be young. She better be 35, 36, because it's a lot of work, man. That's a lot. Newborns that's tiring, man. You gotta be put together well. You gotta have the spry. Get like a green. You gotta be a green twig. You gotta be flexible and bendable and be able to do a lot of things. That's tough. So that's tough. I
Flexible and bendable.
It's just tough to be a mom.
How about dependable? Forget about how flexible.
No,
and
I'm talking about your mind. I'm talking about not physically.
Oh,
not your
I
body.
thought you were talking
no,
about something else.
not like that. I'm talking about your ability to have a kid in your 40s is really hard.
Damn
That's
right.
tough.
It's hard.
That's
I
hard.
did it.
So
I did it.
I don't want to do it.
It's hard.
So you're telling me be careful, and I'm telling you she
Lock it
better
up.
be young. She better be willing to be like, yep, this is what I want, because I'm not really down with it, to be quite honest, because I'm 46 and I'm good. Shit, my daughter is mad enough as is right now. You want to put another kid in the world? I'm going to be like, yeah, I know exactly how you feel, because that's how I felt. It does
Couple
not
things
feel
from the
good.
Chat before we move on. Akbar just came in and said, Dave, my dad is the same age as you. You were born in 1970. So Akbar, you can call me your daddy if you'd like. That's fine. All
That's
right.
creepy. Okay.
Thank you for watching the show. Appreciate you, brother. I can't wait to meet that kid.
Yeah.
Daniel G said, what's up, boys? I'm back from Vegas. Proposed on Saturday night at Bellagio Fountain. It was perfect.
Awesome.
Went to Barry's.
Nice.
Holy hell, was it good? Barry even came around to
Nice.
say hi with tables, chatting it up. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, Barry's is a good place to eat.
That ring sometimes get real tight, Daniel G. I'm just telling you. I don't know if you know what you're in for. Keep watching the show. You'll find out. I
Don't
was up
spoil
last
it.
night.
The first 3 years of marriage are awesome. Don't spoil it for them.
First 3 years. That's a good run.
It's a great ride. First 3 years of marriage is awesome. That's if the first 3 years of marriage could be how your marriage is, everyone would get married. Just not what it is. Just not what happened.
I tell all the young bucks in the game still, because I am retired. But if it ain't good before you get married, it ain't going to get better when you get married.
100%. I agree.
So
with that.
if you got high maintenance and you got a lot of issues now, or you ain't right as a dude, don't do it. Because it ain't going to fix nothing. It's only going to make things worse. Make sure it's good at the beginning, and then you can be on a honeymoon, like Perrault said, for like 3 years is a hell of a run.
If you don't like the person you're with, like now, you're not going to like him when you're married to him. Like, it's not going to work. She doesn't get better. Like, your relationship doesn't get easier. It gets harder. You're not going to have more fun than when you're having right now. So like, you got to build that foundation to go through the wars. Like, who wants to be in the foxhole with you? Like, you got to, if you don't want her now in the foxhole with you, it's not going to get better if you get married or have kids. It's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. Straight. So
damn straight.
Just a little bit of a marriage advice. Anyone out there contemplating popping the question, it doesn't fix things. If you're brawling and fighting and you're not getting along now, you're not going to get along when you're married.
And either you like the fighting or you don't. Like, there's going to be fighting. There's going to be wars, and there's going to be so you got to either figure it out how to deal with it, keep it to a minimum. Don't do it in front of the kids. All those rules apply every day.
Yep.
But sometimes, some guys that, got either this 0 for the kids answer or are by themselves. It ain't so bad to just be in the ring by yourself and pick title fights and, go running when you want. Go get a number on a game at 10 o'clock at night. You ain't got to tell nobody where you're going.
Just get up and go.
Tell nobody when you're getting home.
It was great.
That ain't bad.
Went to the South Coast last night. Got in the car.
Damn right. This is the marriage counseling part of the show. That's my side gig. I can help you. I can't help you.
But I've seen, you want to talk about people. If you guys ever meet Dave missed his calling as a psychiatrist or psychologist because people just tell him shit that's like, did you just tell him that? Like, I'm like watching the unburdening of the brain when Dave's being talked to is something to see.
It's a
gift.
We've done it where we've been together and then we've walked away, you and I, and you're like, I can't believe I told you that. I don't know where it says it. It says, tell me your shit right here. And that's fine. I've been a little kid since I used to hear stuff at the bus stop. I'm like, why are you telling me?
It's wild.
Because, so
people just like literally just like they want it. It almost is like a movie or something that I'd love to like just have a camera crew following you around because I think people want to tell other people, but they don't find the right person or they don't have someone in their life that they feel comfortable saying what they want to say. And so they have that bullet in the chamber ready to go. And they're just looking for someone to fire it at. And then you're the guy that walks up and says, like, go ahead and shoot me. And bam. and they give you the bullet.
I think it's because like, think about how many people you have in your life that ask you how you're doing, but they really don't give a shit about the answer.
Fair.
Right? Like how many, when they say how you doing and you're like, well, I'm all right. Oh, really? Well, that's not normal. You good? And then you open up that door and they come in. Not a lot of people have the time or the desire to do that. When I genuinely ask how you doing, if there's a ring or hint of something, I will ask a follow-up question.
You will.
And then I will shut up. So people see it. I don't mind it. I like it because I learn something every day and I try to just, be that dude because there's a lot of us out there that ain't got no one to talk to. You've seen sometimes in his house, it's been radio silence in his house. Me and the 9-year-old are the only ones talking right now. In the whole house, everybody's mad at everybody. I almost called you at 11 o'clock last night and said, are you home? I'm coming to sit on your porch. Leave the cat inside. I'm coming to sit on your porch because I ain't got nowhere else to go.
I mean, I never told you this, but like you never been in my backyard. I have a fire pit in my backyard with chairs and we can light a fire. And
I went there one time. We had that party and all them women were out there and I had to come in. They surrounded out there. And I was like,
you want to come on? You want to come on by? I did one the other night. It's awesome. You just go ahead. This is my favorite time of the year because it's 60 degrees at night.
Oh my God.
Go ahead and throw a log onto the fire pit and we're good to go. And you just hang outside. I grab a Mullen Labe cigar. You're welcome, Steve. And go ahead and grab a little bit of I had an old fashioned the other night and away we go. That's my R&R is that. You want to talk about what I do to relax? Go outside. It's literally silence in my backyard. Open up.
It's dark too. You got nothing in the back that
it's
once
down
you
low.
get back towards that, it's quiet.
It's quiet and down low.
Oh, it's
It's below everybody else. Everyone else is above me in my house. All the houses are above me. My backyard is lower. So it's awesome. So it's quiet and secluded, and you can go and just hang out. And yeah, that's my rescue.
Yeah, you're on high alert this week. What the hell's going on at my house?
So come on in. Right, I'm around.
I got 20-year-old and 18-year-old and 9-year-old, all women, and something's going on, and they still won't tell me exactly what it is. Otto came in the chat and said he's in at 11 and 13. At 11, 13,
no,
they're beautiful.
Are they?
He said he's having a stress low moment right now.
Pre-teen is low stress?
Right before Otto, I love you. You're going to be bowling 3 nights a week in about 6 months to a year. You're going to be like, I'm joining another league. My wife's going to go, why? Because of this. This is why. I'm going to go bowl. Or you play golf in the summer. You got to get out and be with the men because I'm telling you what's coming. You ain't ready. You just.
I'm not ready. I know that first. I know I'm not ready. I don't. No. I mean, I'm already having the makeup conversation way too often going like, what are you doing? We're not wearing that out.
You know, I asked Kendall yesterday, what did the girl code violation mean?
Oh, what was it?
I said, what does that mean? She's like, what? You don't know? And I'm like, Kendall, I ask you all the time because the kids know. I don't know. Okay. What did she violate? She goes, she has 17 exes. I said, what? She's like, she can't stay with the same person. That's
Taylor
she
Swift.
violated the girl code. Yeah. And I'm like, are you 9? I said, what the hell are we talking about? What is a girl code?
She violated the girl. So you can't date a lot of people? That's a girl code?
I don't know where she
got
it.
I'm confused by that girl code.
Either, but this is what is going on. Like this
because
is what
you could spin that around and be like, well, how many girls has he dated? Did he break a bro code? There's no bro code about how many girls you date. Date whoever you want.
That's our spinoff show. We're gonna have the relationship show.
All right. Back to baseball. Rangers blank the Rays last night in the lowest attended playoff game since 1919. We talked about it quickly with Keith, but what the hell was that yesterday?
I saw Rob Manfred this morning on First Take.
Okay.
And they asked him specifically about that. And he blamed it on the start time.
Stop it.
And that's exactly what Mad Dog did.
Okay. Thank you.
He said, wait a second, hold on. Like, you could have started this game in prime time and it would have been, 2,000 more people.
Right.
Like, they would have had 22,000. It's a bad ballpark in a bad place, hard to get to, has been forever. They don't care about the product enough to get through all of that to get to the game.
He's kissing up because of what you mentioned. They're trying to get the public funding for the $2 billion ballpark downtown in St. Pete.
This show. Just speak the truth.
It's what they're trying to do. And that's all that is. He's just lying just making sure everyone in St. Pete writes the damn check. Don't get mad at me. Write the check. Give us the ballpark we want in downtown St. Pete. And it's all good. That's all that comment was. Complete kiss up. Today, though, Eflin totals 8.
They better win.
So Eflin on the year is really good at home.
Yes.
Where's my notebook? Okay, here's my notebook.
I love this notebook. You guys should see this notebook that Perrault keeps with that pencil. And it is a pencil.
It's all right.
It's a pencil.
So he has a 3.30 ERA at home. He's 11-4. Opposing batting average of 238. Hasn't faced Texas yet. 8 straight starts of 5 innings or more. The team has gone 7-1 in those starts for him. Evaldi, since coming back from the IL, 20 1/3 innings, 21 earned runs, given up 7 home runs. He has not gotten into the 6th inning yet since coming back off of the IL, and he's never in on the road with 2 of the 5 starts have been on the road. Never even got out of the 4th inning on the road. So you got to think he's not long for this game today. I'm going to take out the bullpens. That's why I bet the first 5. I got a little cheaper price. It was 150 on the money line, 138 on the first 5.
Game over?
I don't know. I thought about that because look, the Rangers bullpen is bad. It wasn't bad yesterday, but it's bad. And the deeper you go into it, to get away from Chapman, get away from some of the better arms, you get down into 3, 4, 5, you start getting into guys who can get hit. The Rays were off yesterday. I have no idea why. Start time, lack of energy. I don't know. Philadelphia was bumping.
They got the best home record in baseball. They're tied with the Dodgers this season for the best home record in baseball.
The Rays?
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know. They have 4 errors. They kicked the ball
Oh,
around.
it was the worst game they played all season. As far as the errors, the base run, everything was bad.
Awful. They couldn't score. They couldn't get a timely hit. They couldn't do anything. And the Rangers could not. I mean, bases loaded and nobody out, and the Rangers got 1 run. I mean, like they just couldn't get anybody in. Like, it was weird. Neither team could score. Neither team could go. And I was on the over yesterday. And I was like, I just thought the bullpen would get hit up, and the Rangers give up nothing. I mean, Rays. Right. So I still think the Rays win the series. So the question is it? Oh, there it is. There it is.
What the hell's that? What?
Your phone's gonna do it too. Everyone's phone's doing it. This was talked about for a week. Everybody in the chat on our Discord channel was talking about this. So if you're watching the replay, listening, it's 11:20 Pacific time, 2:20 Eastern.
There it is.
Everyone's phone's gonna do this. It's a nationwide test. So. So this is, by the way, if you're wondering why AM radio will die, there is your reason why AM radio will die. What just happened?
Just got mine. If you guys get one, put it in the chat when you get it. Look at that. The chat's flowing.
Yeah, every phone in America.
Aon. Go 1-star. Ouch. Wow. Ow. And oh my gosh, it's loud in your ear.
And my phone is on mute, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so is mine. That's right.
They can break in, just FYI. Ever wonder what they got access to? They can make your phone make noise even when you put it on silence.
I don't like that. I mean, I like the fact that they could get in touch with me if there's an emergency, but I mean, it's on my terms, not theirs.
Remember that when you were watching a game, like, this is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. The purpose is to maintain and improve alert warning capabilities at the federal and state and local tribal levels.
Sonic just came in and said, this is a test of the BVB alert. How about that? Wish we could do that. How about
Well, on the Discord channel, I at everyone. That's the BVB alert system is on our Discord channel. When I hit the at button, the at everyone button, everyone gets to be known. Game 1, Phillies shut down the Marlins. Man alive, Marlins had so many chances, I thought, in that game to get back into it, and they just couldn't do it. Wheeler was awesome.
Magic.
He was awesome. He really was. He was damn good. Today, Nola, Garrett, totals 8. I mentioned I got 8.5.
Yep.
Under 8.5 is what I've got going in this game.
This one I'm not so sure this one goes under. This might be the answer back. If they get to Nola early, first 5 overs going over easy.
Oh God,
he's been that. So you'll be able to watch this in game and know right away if he's got the stuff early.
Marlins are 44th, 45, 35, and 1 on the road to the under this year. Garrett, 2.85 ERA on the road, 6-3, 2.24, has pitched well recently. Nola at home, a 3.29 ERA, 6-3 with a 2.12 opposing batting average.
Yeah.
He's been good at home. I don't think the Marlins can score. I watched the lineup. I don't think that lineup can score more than 4 runs.
You never feel like they're totally out of a game though. Like it was only 3-0 and they scratched across a run, and I was like, please don't tie this game.
They had first and third and 1 out, and they couldn't get a hit. They just could not get that clutch hit. And that's the problem. I just feel like there's nobody in that lineup for the Marlins that you're like, oh no, they're up. There isn't, not to say you have to have a Bryce Harper type, but there isn't that bat that when they get up, you're really concerned that they're going to do damage.
They have professional hitters.
They do.
I mean, Arise almost won he almost hit 400.
No, they're young and I love the Marlins team. I'm just saying, in playoff baseball settings, they don't have that person who's done it, who's had that monster hit, who's had that, amazing moment that you can harken back to be like, they can do it when you need it to be done.
Right. I mean, Chisholm is, could be that guy,
but he hasn't done it. I mean, he's
Josh Bell.
Bell's great, but Bell's the most dangerous bat in the lineup. Professional hitter, absolutely. But Bell is a guy that would be on a Yankees championship team who would be the second tier star. You'd have the Aaron Judges of the world, you have the first tier, the Bryce Harpers, and then Bell would be the second tier star. He wouldn't be your top tier star.
You need all 9 in the playoffs. You need all 9. So, I love watching playoff baseball in places that are
it's
playoff
phenomenal.
baseball atmospheres. I mean, that place was jumping.
Unbelievable.
Norm and Nate called me last night from the ride home after the game.
Right.
Little Nate's undefeated. He's 9.
Yeah.
Every playoff game he's been to,
They've
the
won.
Phillies have won.
It's pretty good.
He thinks like Norm said to me, he goes, this kid thinks it's normal. And
Oh, yeah.
Phillies just make the playoffs. Dad somehow gets the tickets, and we go to the game and we leave a winner. Like, he doesn't understand, Dave. And I said, Nate, enjoy every moment of this because
Right.
you don't know when you're going to be able to get to go again, let alone you need to go because every time you go, they win. So tell your dad he's got to take the night off again from work and get you to the game tomorrow. Close this thing out.
What about it? Do you like Phillies today? I like the Marlins today. You like the Phillies? I didn't bet it, but I think that goes 3.
I like the game over
Okay.
total wise because I'm nervous. I'll know in the second inning. I'll be on later and I'll have it on my in game as long as my app works. If there's a couple hits or Nola has to labor in the first inning or 2nd inning, we'll probably look to play the over and look to take the Marlins. If he's shut down and he's crisp and he's good, I'm telling you, it might be a wrap tonight.
Interesting. Game 1, Twins snapped their 18-game playoff losing streak. Toronto was never in the game. They were never in the game. Like that was, I mean, one guy hits 2 home runs.
It
felt like that was it.
2-0. They weren't in the game at 2-0. You didn't feel like
at 3-0, they weren't in the game. At 3-0, I don't know what the at-bats were so bad. They were chasing pitches. They were
Pablo Lopez is the reason why. Like he pitched really good.
He did pitch very well. I don't agree with that. But I was still, the discipline was, I watched a ton of that game and I was like, this is a team gripping. Blue Jays look nervous.
And surprisingly, the Twins did not.
No, they looked comfortable. They looked confident. They got the 2-run home run in the first inning, lit the ballpark on fire. It got everybody fired up. Everyone was holding their breath going like, man, 18 straight. And then crack. It's like, oh, here we go. And it was, they were from that point on, they were good.
They got that play. It was a play at the plate.
Yes. Right. Yep.
Blue Jays got thrown out at the plate. It's just one of those things like the playoffs magnify what you did during this season, good and bad. Like we used to say that to the girls when we would go to a tournament. We'd be like, look, can't control the results, but the way you've played in other games and the way you've practiced is probably going to show. So if we take care of the little things in the practices and the other games, ideally we do it. Can't control the way the ball bounces. And if you throw a perfect pitch and the kid's looking for it and hits it over the fence, that happens. But when you run the bases bad, it just sometimes it's too hard to overcome. They just, I don't know. I think it's a wrap unless they get Gray out of the game early today. It's been fun, Toronto. Get ready for hockey season in the Maple Leafs. I think it's done. We'll ask the chat. We'll ask the chat. Toronto or Minnesota today in this game. It's 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central.
I think the Twins are winning.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you think the chat says?
Twins.
Probably, huh?
Home team with
more. We'll get way more Twins in there.
It's a home team with a better pitcher. I mean, it's fair. Now, the next game, the last game.
Oh,
Diamondbacks.
Oh my.
Brewers.
Oh my.
Brewers, though their 2 best pitchers last night, gave up 6 runs.
Man, oh man.
Got tattooed.
Man, oh man. I like this.
Evan Longoria is drinking out of the fountain of youth. Playing third base at the hot corner like he's with the Marlins back in the day.
Oh my.
He was, or was it the Rays? Who did he play with in Florida? Rays, right? Yeah, the Rays. Sorry, not Florida.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? He played in the state of Florida. He played at Tampa.
Tampa, yeah. But, I mean, he was awesome defensively for them at third base. I think the Brewers might be done today. Zach Gallen owns the Brewers.
Uh-oh.
What?
What do you mean owns? What do you mean owns?
Zach Gallen's 2-0 with a .064 ERA with a 133 opposing batting average against Milwaukee in 2 starts this year. He started at Milwaukee. He went 7, 1 earned run, and a 5-1 win.
What month was that?
June.
Okay.
I get it. His road ERA is way worse than at home. I give you that. Except Milwaukee.
Oh, boy.
Even in Milwaukee, the Journal-Sentinel wrote, Brewers are in big trouble. They're facing the guy who owns them, Zach Gallen, tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
Not good.
Not good.
I think they're dead. I think they win.
Whew. This is tremendous for the
Better
chat.
bet. This is the same question people posed to me. I'll ask you the question.
Yes, sir.
Better bet.
Yes, sir.
Would you take the Brewers to win the series versus winning today?
What's the price? It's minus 128 or 130 today.
I was 145 a couple hours ago.
It's minus 125 at Circa.
Woo,
I mean,
move.
The Promises are on Arizona. There's no question. This is you get Gallen plus money. I mean, whether it wins or loses, that's the play.
Right.
Like everybody asks these questions, like, "Oh, what are the sharp guys playing? What do you think they're playing? They're playing the dog." Every single week we get these tweets from our friends. I mean, these are good people. I love them. Genuinely do. They put out these
Sharp reports.
overweighted or something results or betting handle early look from different books. Pardon me. Sorry, Will. Everyone's a fucking favorite. People bet the favorites. What does the book need? This is here. Send out a high alert. Beep. The books need the dogs. Beep. Every single week? Yes. Every single week. Beep. I mean, what do you think they're gonna bet? What I do? I'm fired to fuck up today.
That's great.
I'm taking no prisoners. That's it.
Phenomenal.
I love all of you.
It's so true, but it is true. I mean, it's bet percentages and bet. I was doing a show on Sports with Adam Kaufman. He started quoting these different bet percentages, and I said, Adam, if you're not going to work together in the future, we're not going to use those ever. It's like, we're not going to talk about that. He's like, really? We're not talking about that. We're not using bet percentages. We're not using where the money is. We're not using any of that data. It's all nonsense. All of it.
Right. Like, what are you talking about? Every sharp guy in the world had the Patriots last week.
Right.
Was that the right side?
No.
Was it the right side for 5 minutes of the fucking game? Not once. Who cares what they have?
Right. Fair. So who wins today? Do you bet the
Milwaukee
Brewers?
Series, so the price today. So you got to work out the money line parlay. So it's minus 130 today, and it'll probably be, say, minus 150. Go to a parlay calculator and put in minus 150 and minus 130. And that's the price. If you bet them today and they win, you roll it over to tomorrow. Okay? It should be better than the parlay price or the series price right now. So if it's not, take the series price. Because I'll throw it back to you with this. If Milwaukee wins today, do you think they win tomorrow?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then the
pitching matchup favors the Diamondbacks in both games today and tomorrow. That was my answer. My answer was no, because I think the D-backs winning game one is massive, and that's why the Brewers are such big dogs. The Brewers are plus 235 to win the series.
Right.
They're big dogs to win the series because of the pitching. The Brewers don't have their second best pitcher, who should be going today, and they're going to face the top 3 arms for the Diamondbacks. And their lineup looks more potent, to be quite honest.
Right.
So I think the D-backs are advancing today. I think they're winning today and moving on. So
I just texted our guy. We're good.
Okay.
Told him we're on the air. Everything relax. Calm down. No more alerts.
He called me last night. So
yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
Relax. Serpientes today.
Yeah.
Arizona.
D-backs. I agree. Football on Friday night, Big Ten. Illinois 0-5 ATS on the year, and yet Nebraska is so bad that the Illini are favored on Friday night. Can you believe this?
Thank God. I thought that game was today.
No, it's
When you
Friday.
put it on the rundown, I didn't read it said Friday football. I just saw the game. I'm like, I want to shout out our friend in Hawaii. I don't know how many people are watching in Hawaii, but our guy Ryan, hello, sir. Aloha, mahalo, all of it. Thank you for watching the show. Tell the whole island. We're a Hawaii kind of show.
Hell yeah.
In fact, we need to do the show on the radio in Hawaii so more and more people. So if
Fair.
you know someone at the station, let's
do.
make the connection,
I do.
Mr. Ryan, and get it done. We'll fly there. We need to take a trip to
yeah.
Hawaii anyway.
Amen to that.
Right?
Oh.
That would relieve stress. You want to know something to do? We'll fly there. We can play golf one day.
Ooh.
Go see the beach. Man, oh man. Friday football. If we didn't have a little bit of ties to the Big Ten or to Nebraska, would we be even looking at this game?
Yes, because the game tonight and Thursday are horrific.
I don't know if you've heard, if you've been on the X or the Twitter or whatever the hell we're calling it Twitter, and I don't care.
Yes.
There's 49 straight days of football or something. Have you heard?
Now and Thanksgiving, 50. Starting today is 50 straight days of football.
Is today count with those games?
It counts, but I'm not betting Jacksonville State and MTSU or Florida International and New Mexico State. I am not interested in either one of those football games, nor will I be watching. And I'm not even interested tomorrow in Sam Houston State versus Liberty or Western Kentucky against La Tech. You might get my attention a little bit on the Western Kentucky game, but the other game, no way.
Wait a second. You know who's playing tomorrow? The Bears and the Commanders.
Yes, correct.
That's football.
I'm talking college. I'm talking about college football. College football I'm talking about.
Look, Mackey's in the chat. Mackey's in the chat. He said he's going to spread the aloha around the rock.
Love it. Let's do it.
BVB aloha.
Do it.
We're going to
Love
put
it.
that on a T-shirt or a hat and spread it all over the 808.
Mahalo. No, I'm not interested. I mean, the football. So, contrary to what some people have said, because people on our Discord channel are deciding that we talk too much about things that they don't want. That they're tired of Penn State, they're tired of Pittsburgh Steelers football, they're tired of Patriots, they're tired of Nebraska, they're tired of Iowa. They're tired
find
of
another show then, guys.
That's exactly what I said. Literally, I said, great, go start your own show because we're not changing what we're doing. So sorry, this is the show. Don't like it, all on you.
I thought people liked the show. Now they're going to tell us what to talk
about.
No,
I like it. I want haters. We need haters. Haters means we're winning. I love it. Like bring them in. Let's go. Like be angry because we're not talking about your own myopic sport and we're talking about the teams you want us to talk about. I love that. It's great. We'll keep doing
guys in the chat. Say hello to Mackey. He's over in the island. We're going to have a BVB some point when we really make it big. We get the big bag. We're going to have a BVB vacation trip to Hawaii, and Mackey's going to help us put it together on the island because he knows everybody there. Listen, guys, we're talking about, we got a rundown. We got a Discord channel. What's the Discord channel again?
BVBshow.com.
You can put suggestions in there. That's fine. Not that we're going to talk about them. Yeah. You can come in and chat and ask us questions and stuff.
You can super chat it.
Working.
Yeah. If you got a game or a topic you want, that's what it's for. It's what super chat's for. You can do that if you want. Yeah, of course.
There may be an answer that you don't want to hear. Like if you come in the chat and ask me a question about Jacksonville State tonight, I'm going to tell you I don't know because I ain't watching and I don't have an opinion. That's possible. So just be aware if you ask the questions, that's what you're going to get. And if you want us talking about stuff that we don't want to talk about, guess what? You can go watch another show because that's what they have to do. We get to do this show every day. We're blessed, lucky, and working our asses off to keep doing it. So we're going to pick the stuff we want to talk about. Pittsburgh stuff. That's Pittsburgh nighttime in Pittsburgh behind me. I'm paying attention to it. Some people are, some people aren't. This guy named Matt Canada, a lot of people are paying attention to what's going on with him. And that's the last thing I want to talk about.
Well, we're going to talk about it. So sorry, because Mike Tomlin might get fired if he doesn't fire him. So,
well, that's fine. But in Perrault, spent a lot of time in the South and the Midwest, and we talk about a lot of things that go on there. And we're in Vegas talking about everything.
Literally the first time it's the first time I've ever been criticized. The first time I've ever seen anyone criticize topics Like you want to say, like you talk too much about Boston sports. That's fine. I'll own that. I'll take that. But it wasn't about that. It wasn't about Boston sports. It was about everything else we talk about. Like I was like Iowa and Pittsburgh, and like I was like, wait, what? Like this is ridiculous. Like what are we talking about? Like
I mean, we could talk about Connecticut, but this conversation would be very short. Like
boring.
there's nothing to talk about in Connecticut, right?
Very boring. Small, like the state.
I mean, we could talk about Taylor Swift, but everyone else is talking about Taylor Swift. So,
thank
like,
you.
and you're a Swiftie, like you like Taylor Swift. The kid loves Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it. What makes the rundown? My God.
Georgia, number 1 team in the country, although they may not be, depending on what happens in this game. There's a lot of votes going elsewhere here. Kentucky, I've heard this. People think after what they did to Florida last week, that people think Kentucky's live to beat Georgia.
Oh, come on. You think so?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
They may cover, but come on.
I think it may be worth taking the hook. They might be able to run the ball effectively enough, but Kentucky could be that team, but I do think Georgia's going to lose to somebody they're not supposed to. I've been saying that all year.
You have been saying that.
I'm not sure if it's this
week.
If
watching the show, you could have heard him say that, and you just said it again. So
yeah, I don't know if it's this week, but I do think that's why I bet Auburn last week. I thought Auburn was live. I thought Auburn could, Auburn almost. They came close.
They did.
But they covered, didn't win, but they covered. And I think this is different because this is at home for Georgia versus being on the road at Auburn. So I don't know if I play this for that reason because Georgia might run it up. But speaking of running,
game on the board here. Let me see. I haven't looked at the college board. I've been so focused on the baseball.
You're fine.
Kentucky and Georgia. Where's the game being played?
Georgia.
Georgia's on the bottom. There it is up. I love when they put it up at the top of the rotation, but it's a 4:00 Pacific game.
Because everyone's looking for it because it's the number 1 team in the country.
15 was the opener.
14.5 now.
Wow, both 5-0, but Georgia's 1-4 against the spread. Kentucky's 4-1.
Yep. That's why everyone's saying they're live.
Damn, son. Let me see what
it's going to be a popular pick. Kentucky plus 14.5 is going to be a popular pick.
Sitting at 14.5, painted across the world. Everyone's got the same number and the same number of the total, 48. Unbelievable. Does Kentucky struggle to score in the game?
I mean, everyone's going to struggle because it's Georgia, but Auburn moved the ball on them. And Kentucky can run. And Kentucky moved the ball in Florida at will last week.
Let's watch this chat flow.
Okay.
Who's going to win that football game?
No.
There won't be one person that says Kentucky.
Yeah, don't do that. Do the spread. Who
laying or taking?
Yeah, laying or taking is what you want to do. Everyone's going to take Georgia, but to call them for that upset's pretty big.
Yeah. Ross Randall, who's in the chat every day. Thank you, sir, for being here. Hopefully we meet some topics of your requirements, and we appreciate you being here. He just said, define alive. I mean, Kentucky is living and breathing.
Live to cover the spread. They are a live bet. Yes, they are. They are breathing, and they're betting.
Georgia going to smoke them. Everyone taking Kentucky. Give me the dogs. That's our guy, Chef Benny.
Yeah,
He's
a lot of people. I mean, he's right
for being a girl dad. Ooh,
he's right. I mean, there's a lot of people who are going to be thinking that way. That go against the grain, go contrarian. But Georgia's 1-4 ATS, and it depends on the number you played. It could be 0-5 ATS. They've been
Kentucky team total under. I mean, without looking at nothing right now, that's what I'm looking at. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, Kentucky team total under.
Would you lay 19.5 on Michigan on the road at Minnesota, given what's been going on with Harbaugh being back? They're killing people. I mean, they went to Nebraska and beat the living dog crap out of the Huskers.
They did, huh? Let's see. Where's that game? I got to do it.
At Minnesota.
Wednesdays is our college football day, and I am woefully unprepared because of the baseball stuff. I apologize. Michigan is home against Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's the last game in the rotation. 4:30. It's an NBC game. I guess the NBC's got the Big Ten
Network
stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Notre Dame, Big Ten. Yep.
Let's see. Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota's at home.
Yes.
Michigan's laying 19 on the road. The total's 46. What is happening? Is Michigan for real?
Yes. I told you, the best team in the country.
You're good laying 19 on the road?
They're killing everyone. Gophers aren't scoring. You want to bet team total under? Bet Minnesota team total under. They're not scoring in this game.
Michigan 5-0, 1-3-1 against the number. They're averaging giving up 6 points a game. Is that right?
Yes, but who they've played. I mean, it's who they've played, but
Minnesota's 3-2, 1-4 against the number. They can't score.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. 19 and the total is 46.5.
And you may go over because of Michigan. Like last week went over because of Michigan. They're up 35-0. Total was 41.
Oh man. Addison, you're late. Welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for everything you do for the show. He's a wrench. Wow. Well, we didn't have a lot of people put their opinion for the Kentucky Georgia game. Let's see what they put for this. Michigan minus 19 or Minnesota row the boat plus 19. I think I'd lay it. I'm looking to take a home dog, but like the doctor house calls, he's questioning his whole process, and Nicky's double, triple D's is like triple L's because he can't take a team that covers because big favorites are covering.
Yep.
At least they have up to this point. Now the numbers will get
under
better.
21, lay it.
Really?
Yeah. Michigan's going to kill them. I mean, Michigan is on a full-blown mission, and Harbaugh missed 3 games. So he's just out there calling plays, calling offenses,
Michigan,
running.
Lay it. Michigan. Wow. Wolverines to cover. Michigan. Holy crap.
Gophers can't score. But you know who can score? These two teams. Texas, Oklahoma. OU is 5-0 ATS. Numbers creeping up. 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5.
359.
Tick. Where do the books stop?
You're right. Wait a second. The total's back up to 60 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Fake move.
The under? I told you the under was fake move.
I told you that.
It's not under game. This game's not going under.
People doing it. They try to fake the books out, get all the books to copy the number. So by Tuesday, when the other books put it up, they put up that fake number, and then boom, they send out an alert. Beep. Go bet the Red River Shootout over. Beep. Bet it over again. Orders out. Over 58, over 59. It's 60 and a half. It's going to close 63, and they'll probably have it by halftime. What the hell is going on? I'm excited for this game. We're going to have to listen, if you're in the Brigade Proxy service, send your picks in. We thank you again for choosing us to help you get that done. Send them in early so me and Perrault can watch this game on Saturday, please, because I want to watch. This is the game I want to watch the most. I can't wait to watch this game.
Texas wins anywhere close to how they won last year, they may be the number 1 team in the country come Monday morning.
Oh.
They won 49-0 last year against Oklahoma. If they win like 42-10, yeah, they're going to be the number 1 team in the country next year.
They jump Georgia
and Michigan. Yep. If Georgia just bobbles a little bit with Kentucky, because Texas will have wins over Oklahoma and Alabama, both away from home. Not this is neutral, but 1 neutral and 1 on the road. 2 massive. This is it. I mean, there's really on Texas's schedule. There's a couple of like question mark games, but this is like the big like wow game. Alabama was 1, Oklahoma is 2. Big 12 title game will be the next one.
They run the table from here to there.
Who in the Big 12 is going to give them much of a push? There really isn't anybody that you got to worry about.
Oh boy.
I mean, their schedule. Texas plays after they play Oklahoma. They play at Houston, please. Home for BYU, home for Kansas State, at TCU, at Iowa State, home for Texas Tech. You tell me who's going to give them the biggest push.
Iowa State, hopefully.
Come on. Oklahoma just beat them 50-20.
You're right.
No, Iowa State's not coming near. That's not happening. The only at Houston, and that will be all Texas fans in Houston. So home for BYU. If that game was at BYU, I might listen, but not at home. I mean,
wow,
Kansas
boys
State.
In the chat, you guys listen. They're Crunchy says stop with the gummies before the show, Perrault, please.
What for? What?
Andy O said I have this under 3 on a neutral field. Okie has a D. Hollered from the roof.
I'm telling you right now.
Okie has a D. Anthony, he said they have a D. Do they have a D?
Who does?
Oklahoma.
They gave up 20 to Iowa State. What are you talking about?
All right. You're closer to the mic when you yell. It hurts.
God, what are we talking about? Wait, Oklahoma's got a D. They played nobody.
That's what Anthony
guys,
said.
You
said,
please do me a favor. This is I literally tweeted this during the game.
Oh boy.
The biggest paper tiger bullshit defensive numbers in college football was Oklahoma giving up 8.5 points per game going into the Iowa State game because Iowa State gashed the holy hell out of them. Reason why Iowa State that game got away from them: pick 6 and a fumble return, really bad, in a punt block for a safety, and then a score. That was touchdown, 2 points, touchdown. That was your margin, basically, of why they lost.
Touchdown.
So that 16 points really separated.
16 points. Good with the math.
That put them. I put that game into a place where they were able to cover the spread. Otherwise, they wouldn't have covered.
BVB.
Iowa State moved the football on Oklahoma. Quinn Ewers, if he's healthy, points. If Oklahoma wins the game, it's an automatic over. The game is flying over if Oklahoma wins the game. If Texas wins the game, the under might be in play.
Really?
Yeah. Texas' defense is way better than Oklahoma's. Their defensive line's ridiculous. Ask Alabama about it. It's really tough to run on.
They were in Alabama's backfield a lot.
They can get after it, and that's an offensive line full of 5-star offensive linemen with Alabama. Oklahoma's good, but they're not Texas good. A lot of Sooner fans are all jumping up and down. This is their chance. Here they go. Blah, blah, blah. Boomer, Sooner, blah, blah, blah.
What's the more insufferable fan base, the Texas or the Oklahoma?
I like Texas's fan base. I like Texas. I have no problem with Texas. I'm all good. I'm good with the Longhorns. I'm good with Austin. I like Austin a lot. I like Texas. I like the burnt orange a lot. I've been to both, and I'm more impressed. I like Texas. I like Austin better. Norman's fun. Stadium's nice. People are nice. But there is a little brother syndrome going on with Oklahoma.
Oh, that's Tabelli. Anthony Tabelli's in the chat. He said Okie has a D. Tabelli's in New Jersey. How does Tabelli know about the D?
Yes.
The only D that Tabelli knows about is, well, that's a different D. The letter of the day, we should do a letter of the day sometimes on the show, is the D.
No.
It's the JC from KC said we got the letter of the BBB show letter
D.
of the day. Today is the D.
Yeah.
We had the KI on earlier.
Oklahoma's the Oklahoma's the hat. That's what it's the hat, and it's gonna get taken off.
I can't wait for this game.
Good
It is
game.
going to be so much fun. I think we'll know early too, right? But although that game can turn on a dime,
100%.
One turnover, like it can be a tight game where the defenses are playing better, or there's whatever. But then it can just big play. Both teams offensively are capable of a big play. A special teams play can turn it and open.
When does
it up.
the OU money? When does the OU money show up?
What do you mean 7?
That's when it shows up. Okay.
Yeah,
it's coming. There's Oklahoma money coming. There's no debate in my mind.
You think? I don't know,
I
man.
do. Yes, there is Oklahoma money. Even still from Oklahoma boosters. There's Oklahoma money coming. People are going to bet on Oklahoma. These two teams hate each other. This is great. This is rivalry time. Like in the old school days, you would take the 7 simply because it's a rivalry, and anything can happen in rivalry games. I just think this Texas team is really, really good.
All right. Well,
Sarkisian's got them.
We'll have
humming.
all of this on the Friday show for sure.
Let's see where the number is.
Yeah.
Would you lay 20 with Ohio State against anybody in the Big Ten? Given what that offense has looked like?
I don't think so. I mean,
This
if you
number
gonna
is
tell
like,
me Rutgers, like who are we talking about?
I don't care.
Northwestern?
Anybody.
Like,
I wouldn't lay
I
20
mean,
points
we
with Ohio
we
State.
played
Anybody.
26 on the road with Penn State at Northwestern. I think
That's
I'd
Penn
lay
State.
20 at home with Ohio State against
I
Northwestern.
don't know. I have a much higher opinion of Penn State than I do of Ohio State.
Indiana, maybe. Who in the Big
Indiana's
Ten?
defense is good. Indiana kept them in the game. They didn't cover against Indiana. They played there
Ohio,
at their building,
right.
and they were held down. They scored 23
Ohio
points.
State against not Iowa. They wouldn't be 20-point favorites. but they'd
No.
be close. Be close.
17.
Trying to think of all the other, like the other side, the Big Ten teams on the other side. They'd be almost 20-point favorites against almost all of them. And there's a couple I would say yes to. I wouldn't say yes this week. You like Ohio State this week?
No.
Maryland's not bad.
No. I would take the
Otto's
dog.
right.
I would
Our
take the
boy
dog.
PSU Auto just came in the chat, said Maryland's not bad.
No. I would take the dog. If I'm talking about what number I'm playing, I'm taking the dog.
Chef
on this
Benny
one.
said he's taking the dog plus 20.
How about
Maryland
Florida
plus
State?
20 is the only way to go. J. Dow Betts. J. Dow Betts got suspended on the Twitter. Doesn't know why.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a bad place to be. Don't get suspended on the X. No good.
Florida State laying 24.5 to Vatech. I have no interest in this game. I'm just putting it up because they're a top 10 team.
Well, maybe somebody wants us to talk about it.
I don't know. It's boring to me. It's a boring game.
That was fast. I was going to say lay it.
Okay. It's
Like
boring.
our boy Teddy Covers likes to say, if I'm playing, I'm laying. That's his saying, not mine, but I like it. And I'm borrowing it for that line. Next.
USC at Arizona State.
Arizona State or
Arizona? Sorry, Arizona.
Get this shit right. They're going to come after us.
Sorry. Arizona.
Wildcats.
You like the dog?
Wildcat?
You like the dog?
You remember the movie Speed when he asked, "Are you a Wildcat?" He called her a Wildcat because she had the tattoo. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember when Dennis Hopper asked her? Oh my goodness. Anyhow, 21.5.
Lay it.
The total is another rural area speed limit total.
Yeah. Lay it. USC, after what happened in the second half, they're pissed off.
They can't stop them, pissed off or not.
Yeah,
the defense just
Arizona's bad.
I don't know.
USC wins in a rout. Notre Dame's laying 6 at Louisville. They escaped Duke last week. Same number.
I've been told by certain people that I might be underestimating the home field of Louisville.
It's a good place to play. It's fun. It's a rocking atmosphere.
You've been there?
Yeah, they look good. They look good. I'll say that they look good.
Really?
Yeah, Louisville. I bet them last week. They look good. I like Louisville. I think Louisville hangs around. Irish team is not. They're okay. They're a little bit overrated.
How in the hell is Louisville going to score?
I think they will score.
Really?
Throwing the ball. Yeah, running the ball will be hard against the Irish. But
Duke couldn't score. Ohio State could score.
Is the Irish offense going to score in Louisville?
Let me look at these numbers. Hold on. 54? What the? And they're playing it over from the opener?
Yep.
What the hell is going on there?
Mostly, I think it's because they think Louisville will turn the ball over. I think they expect pick sixes and stuff in that game.
5-1 to the spread for Notre Dame. 5-0 for Louisville. 2-1. Boy, they're going to be hyped up there, huh?
Yep. It's rare to get the Irish to play at Louisville. This is not usual.
Louisville. They're pronouncing it wrong.
Louisville. With southern, do a little southern slang.
Is that how you have to say it?
Louisville. Mm-hmm. You mumble it. Louisville.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sorry, Sebastian. I'm trying my best with the pronunciations. We're doing what we can.
What?
Thank you for watching the show. No, he said it's being pronounced wrong. Louisville
Oh,
Louisville.
okay. Yeah, we're pronouncing it wrong.
Option A. Put it phonetically in the chat.
Somehow Sebastian has sort of like he's now like the police of everything. He just goes on different like chats and different like posts.
Yes.
And likes to point different things out because he's perfect. So like everything he says is perfect. So he's perfectly clear and comfortable pointing out very small things and small mistakes.
Hey, just keep showing up, Seabass. We start the show every day around 10:30.
He thinks I don't see the stuff, but I see the stuff.
We appreciate it. Just be here. If you like it, thank you. If you don't, that's fine too. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you being here and watching it. Louisville, LOL, wrong. Louisville. If from Kentucky, it's Louisville. I don't know how to say it. Ask Tyler. Tyler got all the numbers and he got all the pronunciations. Put it in the chat.
Here's
Notre Dame -6. Is that what it is?
Yep. Going
or
on.
Louisville +6. I think we get a split on this.
Ooh.
This number's perfect.
I think everyone takes the Irish. This is the split game. A&M at home against Alabama. If they can pressure Jalen Milroe, this is there's only one
game you want them to lose, don't you?
I think they can lose. If I want them to lose it, I think they can lose it. The best pass rushing team in the SEC is Texas A&M.
Is it?
Alabama's got a mobile quarterback who, if he gets out, look out. He can go to the house. But if you can rush your lanes and keep him in the pocket and then attack him if he pulls the ball down, Alabama might have a tough time scoring against Texas A&M.
47's a total.
Because of the defense for A&M.
Under?
Maybe. It's possible. War. This is a war. Jimbo needs this desperately. Jimbo needs something to quiet down the Aggie angry people.
Jimbo got that big contract.
He does, but he may get that big contract, may be his parachute out the door. When the Aggies
careful when you get that big contract, because then like you get phone calls and people start to get you. They try to get you out, and they don't want to pay you that money.
Well, they'll pay him, but they don't want to keep him around.
I just found out something new for the first time today from our resident other numbers guy who does his own numbers and models and all that other stuff. Tyler. Nope. Tyler.
Yep.
Said he's from Louisville. We pronounce it Louisville. Like lullaby.
That's what I said. Louisville. Yeah.
2 syllables.
I know.
Louisville.
Yeah. You got to mumble it. Louisville.
2 syllables. Louisville. There you go. That's how you say it. He said, take them on the money line. They're winning the game outright. How about that?
I don't hate it. I mean,
well, that'll end all the talk for Notre Dame.
100%. I think it's already done anyway. I think the Irish are dead anyway. The way they beat Duke, it ended it
the other day.
No, I thought I said if they went, you did, but I thought if they went in there and wrecked Duke on national TV, that would have restarted the conversations. They were lucky to win the game. That was it.
Hartman made that play.
Oh, it's a big play. I mean, he made a great play for himself, but not so much for the team.
Right.
So, like, I'm not jumping up and down about where they are, but you know, for the Cardinals, they've scored 39, 56, 21, 56, and 13 so far. I laid 3 last week with them. It was 3.5 rather, and they won by 3. Some people pushed, some people got it, but this is the game. Home for the Irish. This was the look ahead spot. People were taking the dog, NC State, in that situation because they thought they were looking ahead to the Irish. But Alabama, this is it. If Bama's going to lose another game in the regular season, this is going to be it.
I can't. Well, now what time is this game? Now the whole day's taken. I have to watch this game. This is at 12:30. So we're rolling right from the first game to this game. And there's going to be baseball playoff games on.
Which I won't watch.
I will be watching.
You will watch. I watch college football. Finally, one more game. Colorado is laying 6 at Arizona State.
What the hell time is this game? 3:30. Oh,
Pacific.
my God. This is after the Alabama game. I'm going to have to put in a request right now. She ain't going to. I mean, please don't put nothing to do on Saturday. I ain't doing nothing. Watching football.
It's a really. I just want. I think this is when you can jump on the Buffaloes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I like him to cover. I like
You
him
know
to
what
win
the
and cover.
line is today, right? 4.
Whoa! Wait, that move just happened. Hold on.
Colorado -4.
Hold on, that move just happened. Literally.
No,
When I was putting it was no way I read that wrong. Hold on.
you definitely read it wrong. No, at 8:56, it was 5.5 at
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't read it wrong.
8:56. Yeah,
That crashed today. That just happened. That move just happened. Wow. Somebody likes Arizona State. Somebody's out for Colorado.
Yeah.
I wonder if could Shedeur Sanders be out because our quarterback not play?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. This is not that I'm done and over the Colorado story, but it's Colorado, Arizona State. It's not on the radar per se that it was last week or the week before.
Okay.
They still need a win to go over 3.
Yes.
And 3.5.
Man, they lose week. They lose this week.
Uh-oh.
All the roses completely wilted. Bloom is gone. That is, you can't lose to Arizona State. They're bad.
Yeah.
Ooh, move on to Sun Devils. All right. One more college football story. Urban Meyer to Michigan State. Our guy Bernie Fratto has been all over the media. This has now caused all sorts of reports, people writing things like this. Urban Meyer denies link with Michigan State vacancy, happy in broadcasting with Fox.
Yeah.
Would Urban Meyer go back to coaching? And would he go to Michigan State? Can't go to Michigan, obviously, but Michigan State would be a coup, would it not, for the Spartans?
Would Urban Meyer go back to coaching is one question. Would Urban Meyer go coach at Alabama after Nick left?
Yes. Would he go somewhere?
Would be interesting for the people at Alabama to know that there's a possibility that he could go to Michigan State, right?
So you're buying into the idea that Nick's done? Because that's
I'm not buying into anything. I'm asking
a lot of people. A lot of people are writing that Nick Saban's retiring at the end of the year to go work for College Game Day. He's gonna replace Corso.
Really?
Yeah, that's Nick has said that publicly. That's what he wants to do when he's done. He wants to be on Game Day.
Wow, there we go.
He's gonna replace. He's gonna walk off the sidelines and walk right onto that. And then Steve Sarkisian.
You're frozen. You're frozen right there. Key. I'll stay frozen with you till you come back. Snap. Go. Fingers.
Until.
But that was a long freeze. Hold on.
We're good.
Nope, not yet.
No, really?
Now you're back.
Should be back. Yeah.
Okay.
Click back. You click
so
back.
You Sarkisian.
Sarkisian's supposed to be the guy that would leave Texas to go to coach Alabama.
If he beats Oklahoma and they go to the playoff this year, and then next year he goes bye-bye?
I wouldn't, but just saying
I mean, he's already in the SEC. Texas is going to be an SEC school now.
Right. Alabama will pay
Why
him
the hell would he leave?
Because you can recruit the South better. Texas is Texas.
Recruit at Texas whoever he wants.
I'm just saying this is just the rumor mill, the nonsense. Like, I'm not saying it's happening.
That is nonsense. That is nonsense.
Yeah, it's just not. I'm not buying it.
Wow.
Nick going to Game Day would be crazy.
I mean, if they let him be Nick,
oh no, they will. Let Pat be Pat. They'll let him do it. But his question is, does he want to leave coaching at 73, whatever he is?
He leaves coaching when he wants to.
I would agree. Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing with Belichick. It's the same thing. I think he'll leave when he wants to leave. He's not going to get told what to leave. Somebody who might be told to leave is Matt Canada. There are reports out there flying around that saying that Mike Tomlin is going to get told to fire Matt Canada or Mike Tomlin can go.
He goes or you go. You pick. That's the ultimatum.
There's a lot of stories being written about massive turmoil going on inside of Pittsburgh right now in terms of the Steelers organization as to what is going on around this team.
Really?
Steeler fans are mad. Yeah. They're really mad as to what's going on.
Damn.
They do not like what is going on. They do not appreciate the fact that the team can't move the football and that there's loyalty, that Tomlin does not fire people in the middle of the year.
Apply for the job? Have all these people put in a resume to go be the offensive coordinator? Call the place? I'm just curious.
Probably not. No.
Probably not.
I'm gonna guess and say no.
Probably not. Has Mike Tomlin ever had a losing season in Pittsburgh?
He has not.
He's been there how long? 16 years, I think.
Long time.
I mean, people are going to say whatever they want. People wanted Chuck Noll fired, Hall of Fame coach. People wanted Bill Cowher fired, Hall of Fame coach.
Mm-hmm.
You run in cycles, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Obviously, this is bad. I'm not defending anybody. I'm telling you, when you watch the games, you could call back Terry Bradshaw or Ben Roethlisberger to play quarterback, and the Steelers wouldn't be moving the ball right now.
Wow.
That offensive line is not working. Okay? You can call running plays. Obviously, he is. They're not working. Apparently, there's a tell. When Pickett is under center, it's a run. When he's a shotgun, it's a pass. They never do the opposite out of those. And apparently, the defenses all know it. That's what I've been told. So there's no mystery. Sometimes you have to run a scheme in football. You have to disguise what you're doing to make them think you're doing something by doing something else. Apparently, that's been the lack of adjustment.
Is that on Pickett or is that on Canada?
Now,
can Kenny not throw under center? Can he do a 5-step drop under center and throw?
By the time he gets to step number 5, he's got somebody in his face.
Okay.
So apparently he cannot because of the offensive line. People talk about calling plays and running an offensive set based on your talent and who you have, the moving parts. Maybe that might be part of the issue as to why the offense is what it is. There's some great pieces, but there's a couple important pieces that aren't working.
I think it's the fact that people were so angry in the offseason going into the year and that Tomlin stood behind Matt Canada and said, this is my guy, basically. And then the offense goes to Houston, puts up 6 points, and the team gets routed by the Texans. I think it's reached a boiling point now where something has to give.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why Tomlin wants to keep him. I don't know what
loyalty. And the other point I do agree with, firing a coach mid-season doesn't really fix anything. Like, what are you going to do? Put an offensive coordinator in there that's going to install an entire new offense mid-season while the game's going on? No, it's not going to work.
Yeah. So
you're essentially going to get somebody in who's going to call the same plays, but in different situations. Okay. But I mean, I think Matt Canada is going to get fired if the Steelers, who play by this week or next week. When's the bye?
Next week is next week.
So I think next week is when they would fire him. So he has to do well this week.
What if they win this week at home against Baltimore?
Saves his job. But if they go and score,
he's coaching for the job?
I think so. If they score less than 13 points against the Ravens, I think Matt Canada gets fired during the bye.
Damn.
They got to score. They got the offense.
So unlike the Steelers to do that.
I know, but I've seen more anger from Steeler fans than I can remember. I mean, there's a lot of really pissed off.
I talked to the barber this morning. The barber called me this morning and said, "Are you paying attention to what's going on at home?" I said, "Why? How bad is it?" He said, "It's not. I got a 2-hour drive." He's driving up to Edinburgh,
right?
Go up to his cottage up there. It's a beautiful part of the state. That's a good time of year to go. He said the weather's perfect, so he's going up to look at the leaves and take care of the trees.
Right.
But he said, "I got to listen to the radio. I don't want to listen to any of this. It's all they're talking about. It's all that anyone's talking about. The Pirates are done. Steelers have the spotlight. The Penguins start next week." So he said, yeah, he goes, "They got to fire this guy." It's what everybody's saying. He said, and he runs the parking lot at the stadium. he's like, people are coming to the games pissed off. Like they're ready with, they come in with pitchforks if they could. They're mad. So
I think he coached for his job, because I think if they're going to make a change, they would do it during the bye week, and then they'd institute a new offense, new play callers, whatever, and maybe get Kenny Pickett healthy, because it sounds like he's not going to play. The bone bruise, they could force it, but why would you force it?
With the bye next week?
Yeah, don't force it. Just sit him down.
So we got Mitch
Trubisky.
Look at this backup quarterback, the Canada. Everybody's getting rid of them, this and that. This is a classic. They're going to cover the spread. They may win outright.
We'll see. Sirius XM Sports Grid, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We'll be back coming up tomorrow for a big Football Thursday show, heading up to Thursday Night Football. If you are with us live on YouTube and Twitter, you are getting bonus time. One quick one. Lexi Thompson, the professional female LPGA Tour player, has been given a sponsor's exemption to play here in Las Vegas at the Shriners Open, the PGA Tour event. She becomes the fifth female ever to play in a men's event.
How about that?
It's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
I'm going to try to see if I can take Madeline.
I think we should go.
Show the girls competing with the boys.
I think we should go. I think we should get them out of school even and go Thursday or Friday.
Okay. I'm game.
So we don't have to miss nothing on Saturday.
Game.
It's a big day, Saturday.
But she may not make the cut. She may not be there on Saturday and Sunday.
Have you ever been to this tournament?
No, I've just seen the traffic and the parking and the ridiculousness around it. It's literally it's my backyard, basically. It's literally a mile away from me.
It's not fun to get in and out, but it's fun to go to. And I don't know if it's fun to take the kids. It might be better off just me and you go.
Okay. Either or. I think
I'm taking the kids, they get bored. It's watching golf. Like
true. That's fair.
They're
point.
And you got to entertain them. And again,
we need to find someone who's got a luxury box. That's what we need. We need to find someone who's got a box.
If you've got a luxury box, reach out at Sports Talk Matt, at Sports BK and Sig, at Boston versus the Book. All of those are available. The show email is what?
They'll love that. The kids will love that. If we give them shade, food, and air conditioning, they'd love that.
What's the email people can reach out?
AskTheBVB@gmail.com.
Anyone in town or coming to town that has that available, let us know. We'll mention you on the show. All of that stuff will come.
Right.
100%. I think that's a great idea. Yes. That's very
idea.
good. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah. So that's cool though. She's going to play coming up starting this week. So we need to follow that coming up and see with the Shriners Open next week, I believe, right? It's here in town.
Next week.
Yeah.
You got a whole week. We'll talk about
Thursday.
it all week on the show. Like we'll mention what you
I think it's smart. I think it's really, really smart for a tournament like this up against football, buried in October, the silly season for golf.
They light this course up.
Oh, every year.
Someone may
under.
shoot 28 under.
Yeah.
They take to win it. It's a birdie fest.
And not only that, the ball, it's often funny. Guys who play golf in Vegas oftentimes talk about how far they drive. I hit the ball 280 yards, 290 yards.
Long drive.
These dudes who come here who normally hit 340, 350, 380. They launch golf balls in because of the hard ground and the thin air. Goodbye.
And there ain't that much danger around. So guys come here and I'm going to hit it here. Then I'm going to take a shot with a wedge and keep it close and birdie and move on. Well, how long's the hole? 480. Okay. It's driver 9. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've gone a couple times and I'm in awe watching these guys up close. I
fun.
golf and I can actually hit a golf ball pretty good when I'm playing a lot and I'm not, I'm flexible. And I'm like, this don't even look like the same game. Oh,
not how they work the ball. I mean, that's always the fun thing is watching how.
Oh yeah. I'm just talking the swing up close, what guys are doing now with the instruments that they're doing.
Balance. Yep.
It's crazy. 350, 360.
See you later. It's better to book it here. Rays first 5 money line up against Texas.
Oh man, that's going to be
Ties
only
push.
because they get to Evaldi, yes, but this is no shoe in. I'll say I'll bet it, but I'm not crazy about it.
You like the full game better?
I'm scared for the Rays today.
Really? I'm
Yeah,
not.
the lineup. No, I think that's the side today, but
Tomorrow, I'm afraid for them, but not today. Eflin's the guy you want.
listen, if Evaldi steps up big and they only get 1 run, they ain't going. Eflin can lose this game 2-1.
He can, but Evaldi's not. He's not been the same pitcher since the injury, and I love the guy. He's a tremendous pitcher. I think tomorrow, the Rangers can win tomorrow. There's no debate in my mind. The Rangers can win in 3.
You don't even know who's pitching tomorrow.
Right? Doesn't matter. Nor do the Rays. So, to me, it's
I don't know a little. I mean, what if it's Dunning
for the Rangers?
Yeah,
bet over. They can still win the game.
I don't know. I'm not.
I like the Rays to win it. I think the Rays win it today, and then I have under 8.5 Phillies Marlins.
Under 8.5. That's a good number. You should play that over 7.5 if you can.
I can.
That'd be fun to do in game.
I'm going to. No, I'm going to wait.
You might be able to wait.
That's what I am. 100%. I'm waiting to see how far down it's going to go because
look at you. You can have a nice middle. You can get it. If you get it to 5.5, you have 6, 7, and 8.
That's my target.
Sign me up for 6, 7, and 8 middles.
That's my. Target.
How are we talking?
5.5 and fire on it.
That's nice.
That's my target.
Wow. The chat says bye Tampa. JC from KC.
Wow.
Rangers win. Put it in there. Who's winning that game, boys and girls? Before we get out of here, see what you say in the chat.
I mean, here's my question. I need a third play, okay? Can you back the D-backs today?
Yes. Can you? Oh, for sure. No? I get Gallon plus?
That's first 5 was one idea. Other was the game, and the other was the over, just because the Brewers and both the D-backs and the Brewers both used a ton of pitchers yesterday.
Yeah.
So over 7.5.
Gallon and Perrault, you want to go over?
Because of the bullpens.
Milwaukee's got the best bullpen in baseball. I don't know. No, I don't like over. No. This is the yesterday was this not the silly game, but it's a reverse today. It's under and it's hang on every pitch game today. Oh, they're playing right now. Tampa's scoreless after 1.
Just started, yeah. Okay. So I gotta find a pick. I gotta find a play for later on. Diamondbacks is what I'm looking at. D-backs.
Stevie Mack sent me a text yesterday. Capital M, capital K. One of our directors of security for the BVB Brigade.
Right.
If you want to give anybody any shit, start with him.
Yeah, right.
Because he'll weed through it. He said he feels for you. I said, what are you talking about? He said he's right. I said, about what? Betting baseball.
Oh.
He said, I love like, betting and watching football and betting football. He said, this is pain. This is hard. I can't stand it. He's right. I said,
it's hard, babe. Betting baseball is hard.
What you're talking about. I had the Twins. I had under. I like it. It's fun. He said, you're the only one. Am I the only one that likes?
You're not the only one, but you're sharper than most. Like in terms of where you are, you've watched enough, and you can look at a line. You can tell what side to be on without ever having the game being played.
Oh, that's sometimes it's true. I don't know. Nobody knows shit, but I
right.
I enjoy
more than most.
I love the in-game part
yes.
of it. I can't. I'm watching the games, and I'm like, they ain't touching him today. Like I knew it last night with Wheeler. Yeah. I had under in a game before, and I bet under 6.5 and under 5.5. I was just like, I got to play this to 5.5 because I think 5 was the top. It got there.
Right.
I had to sweat, but it got there.
So that's why. I mean, I think if you have, I think because I bet every day and I spend so much time, baseball, I mean, I'm absorbed in college football. I'm absorbed right now. I'm trying to find any extra hours I've got. I'm trying to do hockey. I'm trying to look at hockey futures.
Don't do nothing yet. Don't do nothing yet.
Why not?
So, well, I mean, you can maybe look at a couple futures, but
Win totals.
the teams don't look anything like they look in March and April when the playoffs start than they do now.
Oh, right. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out, like, just a lot of people like the Hurricanes. And I can't say I disagree. I think I'm looking at the Hurricanes going like, all right, the goaltending's there. They have two good ones. Their power play really came to life last year. They got physical. They have an edge, and they're hungry.
And they got a great coach.
Got a great coach. They're in a good division. They're going to be, the Bruins are down. The Rangers, the Bruins are down. The Lightning look like they're on the way out. So it's, I'm just looking at these. Like,
you put a fork in the Lightning? What?
This could be these guys are old, man. They're old. So I don't know. Maybe the window's there.
It gets to the end. It really does turn fast. I mean, you saw what happened with the Blackhawks. They went from, competing and winning Stanley Cups to then just trading Kane and going in the tank. And now they get Bedard.
Right. Well,
I can't wait to watch that kid. I watched the highlights and I'm like,
that kid looks fucking good. That kid looks like he's the puck. When the puck's on his stick, it's different. It's like McDavid.
Fun.
You look at it, you're like, oh, that's different. What he's doing is different. It's fun. So
I'm watching the highlights of the hockey, getting excited. I really am. And we watched the kids went to that game the other night and watched the Knights play Arizona, and they came home and they're getting geeked up for hockey season. So we'll have it on every night. We'll watch it every night. I can't wait. But baseball betting is not easy, and it's not easy to jump in now and do it. Perrault, you did it all season, and you were up a quarter unit,
1.8
with 200 and how many plays?
250 basically to make 1.8 units.
Baseball betting.
Yeah, it's called a grind. I did it all without losing any money. So I was very proud of myself. And then I lost 3.1 units last night. So any profits I made throughout the 6 months of betting baseball were erased in one single day. So there's betting baseball. There's your fun.
Bass is in Australia, by the way, Sebastian. I did not know that. I knew that, but I didn't know it. He's on some soccer plays today. He said he's got Newcastle United versus OSG game on. We will not be getting into the soccer stuff. I can just tell you that right now. We love you being here. And again, tell some people down there about us. The dream would ultimately be go to Australia, do a live show. Wouldn't that be something?
All right, hold on. Let's get the super chats before we run out of time.
Let's
here.
Go. Hurry up.
Chris Covey. Sorry, Hofstra lost Estrada. At least he's on Bama now, and I have futures on them. Hofstra will now lose to College of Charleston as expected. Thanks, Keith.
Oh, yeah, Keith he's on the island. He's talking about Hofstra. We got to worry about Covey with the basketball.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Chef Benny says, any thoughts in Milwaukee series plus money in Arizona today plus money?
Yeah, Arizona's live today plus money for sure in game 2. And I did not work out the parlay, but again, it's minus one, say call it 130.
Yep.
And then call it 150 tomorrow. Put that in a 2-game parlay. That probably pays close to 2.6. What's the price on Milwaukee to win the series right now? Is it over 260?
It's plus 235 at FanDuel.
All right. I can tell you right now. Pull up the parlay calculator. I bet that's the price. Parlay calculator. And we go 130. 30 minus 150 and calculate. Wow. So the money line parlay, well, they're saying that they don't think it comes to 2-1 if it's minus 130, minus 150. So either I'm overestimating what the price would be tomorrow. So it's minus 130, minus 130. 2-game parlay pays plus 215. Whoo! Games tomorrow is a pick 'em. There you go. So take that 235. That's, you know what that's telling me?
Well,
books like Arizona
today. Yes, today. I agree.
There you go.
I like
Good
Arizona.
Question.
I like him today too. I'm going to bet it and I'm going to lose, but I like him anyway. RJ Mathis, I'm with Matt on his Milwaukee strategy. Can the same be applied to Texas? Texas is 11-1 to win the World Series. Tampa is plus 85 to win the wild card. No, 11-1 is not enough to play off of it.
To win a World Series?
I mean, just in general, he likes the strategy, the Brewers strategy. I had 21-1.
Yeah.
I had a lot more to work with than 11-1. I had double. It's not enough to apply the same strategy.
I looked at the prices this morning. Circa adjusted the World Series exactas daily.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
So they were up. They're still up right now. They shot the Tampa ones through the moon.
Okay, that's not good. So they don't like Tampa today.
So not today.
Oh, goodness.
Not today, but that's all right.
Chef Benny says, we just answered it. Okay.
Okay.
He said skip it. We just answered it. Okay.
Right.
Dave Daily Picks. If it ain't broken, why fix it? They can kick rocks. That's fine. Thank you. Crunchy Beaver. Both dogs in college football tonight. I like both on the money line. Thank me later.
Really?
Mexico State laying almost a tutty. Please. We're going big game hunting on Friday, boys. It doesn't get much bigger than Dallas and San Francisco on Sunday night. Let's fucking go.
Yes.
Dave is wearing those road colored glasses again when it comes to the Steelers. LOL. Except for a few plays, your team needs a complete overhaul. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell you you're wrong, Crunchy. I wear these. These are actually the rose colored ones. Thank you very much, sir. The other ones are a little bit. They have a blue tinge to them.
Right.
I cannot say that. I am not a homer by any means. I'm rooting for them to be good because it's fun. Like I got to do the Pirate video every single day. I fell in love with the Pirates and baseball by doing it every day. I'm not falling in love with the Steelers. I know too well. Their season win total was what, 8? I mean, I'm not
9.
It was 8.5 because it was, if the bet was over, then they were going to go over 500 again, right? So I think it was 8.5. Listen, it's not right now. So I'm just saying, like all the people that want to fire people and all this other stuff, they're taking resumes. If you want to go call the place, you can try to go and make your case as to what your system would be with what the talent that you have. Geez, NFL rank for Kenny Pickett, 29th in QBR, 30th and 31st. Woo, there's not good. It's not good. I don't know what the answer is. We'll see this week. It's Ravens week.
I still think they win 9 games.
As they're going to look different after the bye. The changes that he's talking about coming got to come after the bye.
Yes, right. Which would be what in your mind?
They might have to let this guy go.
Canada? I think Najee's been woefully underused. Woefully underused. Favorite thing about today is what?
Our pre-show talk, I had a rant.
You did.
I did. Because as the dad of 3 women, and I can call them women, they're 20, 18, and 9, and I'm married to a woman, and I have the mother-in-law too here, everybody chirping. Living in an ocean.
They really do chirp, by the way. You guys really, I thought he was exaggerating. He really doesn't. They really do chirp.
Doesn't stop.
It's quite amazing to witness it in person. It's quite amazing.
The waters are rough. Like you don't know when you're going to get it. Like the ocean of estrogen analogy is real.
Yeah.
The shit looks calm, and then all of a sudden there's a fucking typhoon, and you just said hello. Like you didn't even like. If I earn it, that's fine. I'll put the life vest on and I'll jump in the water and say, "I'm swimming, motherfucker. Let's go."
Right.
But sometimes you just come in and happy, like, "Hey, how's it going?" And boom,
look out.
You didn't get no warning. There was none of that. There was no National Weather Service to say, "Hey, it's coming. Board up the windows."
Yep.
I used to joke when I came home from work sometimes from the book after 10 hours of sweating games, moving numbers, that I had to feel the door to see if there was a fire inside. Stop, drop, and roll, motherfucker, before you walk in the door, because it's an inferno in there.
It's great to touch the door.
but I'm just going to leave you with this. My favorite thing about today is this app called Life 360. If you got kids, tell them you're putting it on there. If you got someone who you need to know where they're at all the time, put this Life 360 on your phone and theirs, because it tracks you everywhere you fucking go until you turn it off. Then when you turn it off, the person knows you have it turned off, which as a father, I'd rather know where you're at and not know who you're with or what you're doing than not know where you are because you turned off the location. You like having the phone? You better keep the location turned on. Life 360, always forward, never straight. That's the dad advice on the BVB. That's the dad advice portion of the show. Thank you, sir. Back to you.
Yeah, I just put tracking your kids is something I'm learning all about. So I've put different.
We live
things
in Vegas.
Yeah, so I've now done that, and I've addressed that issue myself. So it's peace of mind. So, needed just to be calm.
Just to try to make them understand, I care.
Yeah.
I need to know. I don't care what you're doing because you haven't given me a reason to care what you're doing. That's fine. But if somebody calls me and says, "Where's your daughter?" Oh, I don't know. That's on me.
Right.
So I need to know. That's all. That's it. It doesn't seem like I'm asking much. Apparently, I've asked for, blood and the firstborn. Fuck.
It's good stuff. That's my favorite thing about today. It was the whole was the rant.
You talked me off the ledge earlier. And
Yeah.
the medicine kicked in. I feel fucking great right now.
Oh, that's great. That's
The
exciting.
medicine kicked. I'm going for a walk right after this to get some sun on my fucking dome.
Get one of that. Just get the junk out.
Are we posting the show today?
I apologize. I have no idea what happened yesterday. I'll do it right when I know.
Me.
Sorry.
It came late. It was an accident.
Came late. It came.
Do it on purpose.
It was supposed to have been done. It posted at 8:30 Pacific. It was supposed to be done at 1:00 Pacific. It was 7.5 hours late.
Yeah.
Just a weird deal. So no, I apologize for that. That was I don't know what happened.
Everybody.
I don't know what happened. I wouldn't have known about it, but what I saw a DM and then I saw someone post on our Twitter comment saying,
For letting us know.
normally I listen to the podcast every day. I need my BVB, so I came to the YouTube to go watch it. And I was like, "What is he talking about?" We're on all my apps. I was like, "Where the hell is the podcast?" It wasn't on there. No, so I texted you. I said, "Something's wrong with the podcast. Where the hell's the podcast?" You go, "Yeah, I know it's not there." You didn't tell me. Tell me the podcast. I would have gone and fixed it.
I didn't know until you texted.
I was in the line for in and out. I was just like fooling around my phone, and I was like, "Wait, where's the podcast?" So I figured that's how I learned. I was like, "Oh shoot!" And then I was home in 20 minutes, and I just went ahead and posted. It looked fine. Looked how it normally did. I don't know why it didn't take. It just didn't go. So
we got people. We got like football guy 97. He leaves that factory.
Yeah,
he needs us on the way
he
home.
wants it. I apologize, man. You can always get it on either Twitter or YouTube, by the way. You can always put it in the aux if you need it that way. But audio is much better, obviously. Just easier.
More and more people are doing that, which we appreciate. They're just going to the YouTube channel and putting us in the car.
I put YouTube TV when I'm driving around on Sunday. I put YouTube TV and I put it in the car. And I listen. That's how I follow games.
You don't watch them; you just listen to them.
I listen to them. I don't need to watch them. I just need to know what's going on. So I just
right.
The podcast just tell you what's going on. First down, touchdown, whatever. Right. So that's how I do that too. I put it right into the aux just to know. Okay. That's how I do it too. So big show tomorrow, Thursday. A lot of football to get to. Thanks to Keith Irizarry from MLB Network and NHL Network coming on by. That was always fun to start the show with him. If you missed any part of the show, you can go back and get it on YouTube and on audio, which I will post in a couple of seconds. Dave, Matt, tomorrow back for BVB.